everybody, welcome to Nadia Collectibles. My name is Nadia. Thank you so much for being here. For today's video, I wanted to go over my Resin Statue pre-orders for 2023/2024 to kind of give you guys an idea on what my taste in resin statues is like and maybe show you some things that you haven't seen before that you would like to add to your own collection. I plan to make a separate video for my PVC pre-orders like my bunny figures, scale figures, Nendroids, all that stuff. But for today, I just wanted to focus on my resin statues. And thank you so much again for all of the support on my last video. I really appreciate you guys so much. You have no idea how much the support means to me. It literally means I can't say it, everything. It means everything to me. So hopefully you enjoyed this video and you find this stuff interesting. I really love talking about my pre-order so much because there's always a story as to why I ended up with this figure in my pre-order list. Before we get into the actual resins themselves, I wanted to give a brief overview on the sites that I've bought my resin statues from. Just like a really quick overview. I won't get too much into it, but I thought it would just be kind of helpful to go through it. To preface, a majority of my resin statue pre-orders are from Fanatic Anime Store. They're my favorite store to buy resins from. They were the first store that I bought my first resin statue from, and I've been consistently buying from them ever since. The reason why I love them so much is because they avidly look for ways to reduce shipping costs. They have a wide variety of anime resin statues to choose from, and they have a nice selection of payment options, and that's always a big plus when it comes to resin statues, being that they are pretty expensive. I just love them so much, and I also do have a discount code for their store. It's a $15 off coupon. I believe the discount code for this month will be NadyaMarch. Every month it will update and it can be used on any resin statue on their website. But yeah, I hope that saves you a few bucks and I hope you find it useful. The next store that I have some of my pre-orders from is FavorGK. I love FavorGK. They've always been super reliable to me. I normally pre-order my less complex pieces from them just to reduce shipping costs in case it is a very big resin. Some of the resins in my pre-order list you might not find the listing for on their website. They did get their big 3 resins removed by a licensed company that I won't get too much into. So when I'm going through my pre-order list, if you see a resin that you can find on their website, please let me know. I'd love to help you find it. It's my favorite thing ever. I love looking for these figures. The next store that I have some of my pre-orders on is Kaionation. I think Kaionation is an excellent store for any newer collectors or anybody getting introduced to the hobby because they include shipping in the cost of the resin. So you kind of get that bulk scare out of the way, because I know a lot of people are hesitant to get into resins because of the scary shipping prices, but honestly in today's day and age I think the resin statue shipping is pretty much in line with normal PVC figures since shipping costs have risen a lot within the last couple months. To circle back to the point of this video, I'll be sharing the resin statues that I've pre-ordered along with their studio name, estimated release date, and any cool features that made me pre-order the resin. To start off this list, I'll be going through the resins that have a release date of TBD, which means we don't really know when it's going to be released, but we're hoping for the best. After that, I'll try my best to stay in chronological order. There are a lot of inconsistencies when it comes to resin statues and release dates, so honestly with my pre-order list, I don't really focus too much on the estimated date. I kind of just pre-order and hope for the best. Please let me know if you have any questions about any of the resins that I've pre-ordered or any questions just at all. So first on my pre-order list, we have RanDian's 1/7 scale Deidara. I ordered this one off of Kaionation. I missed out on the pre-order for Fanatic Anime Store, and I was so lucky that Victor from Kaionation was able to find me a spot for this resin because, oh my goodness gracious, is this not such a gorgeous resin. The reason why I pre-ordered this one is because I love Deidara so much. He's my favorite Akatsuki member, period. I'm a very artistic person, and Deidara's whole thing is pretty much just art is an explosion. As I mentioned in my last video, I really appreciate the resins that are taken from a scene of an anime that I really love. For me, this resin depicts the 0 to 100 scene from Shippuden, which is the fight between Gaara and Deidara in the Hidden Sand Village. You can just tell that it is based on that scene by seeing Shikaku's hand rising from the base. You have his explosive little minions, you have Deidara's gorgeous face, you have 2 face sculpts to choose from, both of which are gorgeous, which is the main reason that I pre-ordered this resin. This resin has an estimated size of 268, so it is a pretty limited piece, and I'm very lucky to have gotten a pre-order spot for this one, so shout out Victor from Kaionation. I really am so grateful to have gotten a spot for this one. It is such a gorgeous piece. It's my one and done Deidara piece. I don't even really have any other Akatsuki members on pre-order. I really just love Deidara so much, so I'm very excited for this one to be added into my collection, and hopefully sometime in the future I'll get some more Akatsuki members for my collection, but right now I'm very much satisfied with Deidara. Next up in our TBD list, we have a resin that is a huge Demon Slayer spoiler, so if you don't know how it ends or if you haven't read ahead, please skip to this timestamp. I'll give you 5 seconds to skip. Alright, so now we have GZ Studios 1/6 scale Kamado Tanjiro resin. When I first saw this piece, I was absolutely in love. I saw it on Fanatic Anime Store and I was so upset because like a week after I was ready to pre-order it, it got completely sold out. It has a very small edition size of apparently 99 made in the world. So I was so sad. And I reached out to Victor from Kaionation once again, and he was able to get me a spot for this resin. I am so forever grateful to him for that, because this is the Tanjiro piece I wanted in my collection. He just looks so menacing and fabulous. His face looks amazing. It comes again with 2 exchangeable heads, so depending on how I'm feeling, I'll display him as I'd like to. But I think honestly, just looking at the piece, I'll choose to display him with his demon head. I think it really adds to the menacing look, especially with the base being so intricate. It kind of gives me like Sukuna vibes with the skulls, and you have Tanjiro's water breathing and fire breathing coming off of the base. It just really encompasses, again, all that is Tanjiro, and it's going to look so good in my collection. I can't wait to get it. I haven't heard any updates on when this is going to get released, but I just needed a pre-order spot, so again, I got it, and I was so happy. He just looks so cool and so beautiful. Tanjiro is such a beautiful character, but this piece is like anti-Tanjiro, because obviously his demon version is very scary, and he just looks so fabulous regardless. Of course, I'm so happy to have that option to display him as good old Tanjiro. Really just makes your eyes focus straight on Tanjiro, so it is just so beautiful and so gorgeous, and I'm so excited. This is probably one of the resins that I'm most excited for in my pre-order list. I choose to go more with 1/6 scales or 1/7 scales when it comes to more dynamic pieces, just because I don't have a lot of room in my collection. Next, we have a resin that is not really TBD, but more so whenever I decide to finish paying it off. This is IF Studios 1/4 scale Minato bust. I love IF Studios so much. I already own their Naruto and Itachi resin, and they both look fantastic to me. I love bust statues so much. The thing I really love about each character is how their face looks. However, with choosing busts, I love the dynamic aspect of it that IF Studio captures so well in their pieces. The Naruto looks fantastic, the Itachi looks fantastic, and I love Minato so much. To me, this is the perfect representation of Minato in my collection. I fell in love with this piece, and again, Victor from Kaionation got me a spot for him. This is a resin that's technically already in stock. It's already been released for a while, but I just really wanted to add it to my collection. So thank you so much to Victor once again from Kaionation for getting me a spot. Okay, now moving on from TBD, we have resins that were estimated to be released in Q4 of 2022. So they haven't been released yet, but they should be releasing somewhat soon, hopefully. So to go in chronological order, we have Hunter Fan Studio 1/6 scale Meruem and Komugi resin. I pre-ordered this one just like a couple weeks ago, and if you watch Hunter x Hunter, you know how impactful these two characters were on our emotions. It is just truly such a gorgeous piece. I actually pre-ordered this one just a couple weeks ago from Fanatic Anime Store. It just gets straight to the point, you know, so I needed it for my collection. Plus, there are not many Meruem or Komugi at all resin statues that have been released, so I really wanted one of the two of them, and of course it's going to be during one of their Gunji sessions, so I'm super excited for it. Komugi also comes with an exchangeable body, so you can have her advancing in their little Gunji board session, or Meruem has an exchangeable arm, so you can have him advancing. I think I'm just gonna feel it out throughout the week. Depending on the day, I'll decide who advances. Their face sculpts look fantastic, and Hunter Fan Studio has a really good reputation when it comes to Hunter x Hunter resins. They've all turned out fantastic, like straight from the prototype. So I'm very hopeful that this one's gonna turn out fantastic, and I can't wait to have such a beautiful piece in my collection. That really means a lot to me. What's better than having a resin that gives you a lump in your throat every time you glance at it in your room, you know? Okay, now moving on to another resin that I pre-ordered from Fanatic Anime Store. We have RD Studios 1/4 scale Anya Forger. I pre-ordered this one during like peak Spy Family times where everybody was super excited about Spy Family. I really love supporting RD Studio. I already currently own one of their pieces, and that piece just so happens to be one of my favorites for my collection. It's the 1/6 scale Gon resin from them. I love Gon so much, and they absolutely killed it on this one. So I'm sure that this resin's gonna turn out fantastic. I know this one was supposed to be released somewhat soon, or like past due kind of, but I do also know that RD Studio has a bunch of projects going on currently. They made this a line of the Forgers too, so Yor's already been released for pre-order. Lloyd eventually is gonna get released, and they have like a billion other projects that they're working on. So although it says Q4 2022, I'm sure this one's gonna be delayed a bit, but I'm not mad about it. It gives me more time to focus on my spacing for my collection and where I'm gonna put them. them. Anya just looks so good in this piece, and the price was actually crazy for what it is in my opinion. It was a little bit under $200 for a 1/4 scale that comes with 3 exchangeable heads. Like, that's crazy, especially in today's day and age with how much prices have increased. I know that RD Studio has great quality control. This is an adorable, perfect depiction of Anya. I'm super excited for this resin. I love 1/4 scales and I love Anya, so it's just gonna look so gorgeous and so adorable in my collection. Okay, now next we have 2 resins, both also pre-ordered from Fanatic Anime Store. This is ZH Studios 1/4 scale Sasuke and Naruto. So they're intended to be ordered as a set, in my opinion. When you order both of them, you get this free resin that just sums up their brotherhood relationship. So it is just such a bonus. Apparently you get free things when you order things in sets, so I'm just going to continue to order things in sets and hope for that eventually I'll get something free. For me, this is the perfect representation of Sasuke and Naruto. You have Sasuke with his Chidori, you have Naruto with his Rasengan. They're beautiful museum pieces that just get straight to the point. The focal point is Naruto and the focal point is Sasuke. They're gonna look so gorgeous displayed in my collection. I just cannot wait to get them. I love Naruto so much. I like Sasuke, but I love Naruto. So both of these at a 1/4 scale is just gonna look so gorgeous, and I literally just cannot wait. I do actually have a 1/6 version of Naruto downstairs of the same resin. Fanatic Anime Store sent me this one and I'm so excited for it. I can't wait to see what this piece is gonna look like. I haven't pre-ordered anything from ZH Studio before, but I'm sure this one's gonna look fantastic. I pre-ordered this one because their faces just look so amazing. I also know that ZH Studio is planning to do a childhood line of Naruto and Sasuke, so pretty much their journey throughout Naruto, and I definitely plan to order all of them, especially at 1/4 scales, because that's just my preference when it comes to the museum style pieces. I'm looking forward to getting some pre-order spots for their line once it gets released, so I'm feeling really good about these two. Now next we have a resin that I quite literally set an alarm to pre-order. This is Fantasy Studios 1/6 scale Uzui Tengen resin. This resin was released during the peak of the Entertainment District arc, and as soon as I saw the trailer for it, I was like, I need this in my collection right now. Fantasy Studio also has some great works. They absolutely killed it on Rengoku, and I know also that the studio does take their time with their resins. So although this has a release date of Q4 2022, I'm sure it'll take a few months. Hopefully it'll be released soon, but I have no expectation for it. And he comes with 3 exchangeable heads, and Tengen is such a gorgeous character. Honestly, all Demon Slayer characters are so beautiful. The character design is so fabulous. Having 3 heads to choose from for this resin, and already also having a very dynamic piece, is going to add so much more to it, to the experience of ordering it and the experience of building it. It's a very dynamic piece, and you get the muscle mice, which is pretty much one of the reasons why I pre-ordered it. What's Tengen without his muscle mice, you know? I pre-ordered this one also off of Fanatic Anime Store. He's actually the only of the Hashira that I have on pre-order. One day I'll have more Hashira in my collection, but for now, Tengen's perfectly fine. Next, we have another resin that's pretty much the same story in terms of me setting an alarm to pre-order it. I got this one off of Fanatic Anime Store as well, and it is YOYO Studios 1/6 scale Nezuko resin. The trailer got me so good for this one. This one was also released during the peak of the Entertainment District arc, and I think this is honestly Nezuko's coolest scene in all of Demon Slayer. So I really wanted a nice depiction of the fight between her and Daki, and this is just the perfect Nezuko resin in my opinion. I don't need any other Nezuko resins other than the bust that I currently own. This was perfect for me, and I'm so excited to get this one in. I also know that YOYO Studio has a fantastic reputation in the resin statue industry. Their Zenitsu is one of my grail resins. Hopefully I'll get that one someday, but they just have some beautiful pieces, so I know this one's gonna turn out fantastic. And I'm so excited too because it also has 2 exchangeable heads, both of which are gorgeous. It looks like it's Nezuko ripped straight out of the anime. It's another one of those really meaningful ones because I loved that scene so much, and I got a perfect artistic representation of that resin. So I have full confidence this resin's gonna make me freak out when I unbox it. Okay, now again with the Q4 2022, we have another Naruto resin. This is LM Studios 1/6 scale Shikamaru resin. I love Shikamaru so much. It was another I needed to pre-order as soon as it was released. I ordered this one when I had just started getting into resin statues, and with the aftermarket of Naruto resins, and also the fact that Shikamaru also has a very limited amount of figures and resins that have been released of him, there was no way I was going to miss out on this one. It is again another resin that is an interpretation of one of my favorite scenes from Naruto. It's pretty much peak Shikamaru. It's based off of Shikamaru and Hidan's fight in Shippuden, I believe. That scene had me at the edge of my seat. When I saw this design, I was like, oh my goodness gracious. I was literally freaking out when I saw this piece. He looks fantastic. His face sculpt looks awesome. There's every aspect of that scene in the base of that resin. Literally every time I look at it, I notice something new. So I just cannot wait to get this one. I think if you love Shikamaru as much as I do, this is a must-have. I don't have any other resins from LM Studio, but I'm sure this one's going to turn out fantastic, and I do hope to get some updates for this one soon. Okay, now next in my pre-order list, we have the man himself. This is Space 7's 1/6 scale Naruto resin. I pre-ordered this one also off of Fanatic Anime Store. It is supposedly a licensed resin, but they are a new studio. I haven't seen any past works from them. All I knew is that I wanted a resin from the fight between Naruto and Pain. So this one is perfect for my collection. His face looks fantastic. You get every aspect in the base from that fight. There's a billion resins of Naruto released, and this one was just perfect to me. You have like a huge Rasen Shuriken right there in Naruto's hand. Can't wait to see how beautiful this is gonna look in my collection. I'm super excited for this one. I love Naruto so much. He's my favorite main character, and I want a billion more, but for now, this one resin is perfect. Okay, now next we have yet again another Naruto related resin. This is MoHuanYuan's 1/6 scale Gaara. I'm really scared that this resin got canceled or something because apparently it was supposed to be released in May of 2022, but I haven't heard anything else about it. I haven't seen any updates. I've been messaging Fanatic Anime Store about it, which is the site that I ordered it from. They haven't heard anything from the studio, so I'm really just hoping for the best. This is really all I wanted for Gaara. Gaara is my second favorite character in Naruto. I want like a museum style piece because it has like the sand coming off the base, but it's not too complex or overbearing. A lot of angles you can go with Gaara, and I think this one was just perfect for what I needed in my collection because I plan to have Naruto, Shikamaru, and Gaara displayed together because they're my top 3 from Naruto. This was just exactly what I wanted in my collection. His face just looks so good. I really just need it, so I really hope it actually is getting released. Okay, finally, here comes some variety. Now we're moving on to the Q1 2023 estimated release dates. We have RD Studios 1/6 scale Killua resin. I am so excited for this one. Oh my goodness, I have their 1/6 scale Gon version, and of course you can't have Gon without Killua, so I needed it. This whole concept was actually initially released only as a 1/4 scale. However, RD Studio took in customer feedback, and a lot of people were requesting a 1/6 version of this resin, just because sometimes these more dynamic pieces can be a little bit of an overkill. I've decided to go with the 1/6 scale when it came to RD Studio's line of Hunter x Hunter characters. My Gon resin is already from the Chimera Ant arc, so this Killua one being a depiction of the fight between him and Yuppie in the Chimera Ant arc is just perfect. His face looks so good. He comes with 2 exchangeable heads too. You have him in his Godspeed mode, and he just looks so menacing and so gorgeous. So yeah, I'm super excited for this one. I can't wait to have a Killua representation in my collection because I don't really have much otherwise. I'm so happy too because I'm a newer collector and I missed out on so many cool Hunter x Hunter pieces. So I'm so grateful to RD Studio for making a line of the Hunter x Hunter characters, and it has a very low edition size of 100 to 200. I think they did that because they just wanted to please their customers and make a 1/6 version, but also didn't want to like do an overkill with that. But I just love Killua so much. He's so best boy, and I love him so much. I can't wait to get some representation of him in my collection. Next, we have our first resin that I pre-ordered from FavorGK. This is Lemon Studios 1/6 scale Marine Kitagawa resin. I pre-ordered this one so fast. I love Marine Kitagawa so much. I love how she's so unapologetically herself. I have like a little Marine Kitagawa shrine already in my collection, but I'm really hopeful that Lemon Studios one turns out well because I did get let down by a couple newer studios when it came to marine statues. There were a lot of companies like pumping out marines, and I was one of those consumers that was like, okay, I'm pre-ordering every single Marine Kitagawa related item that I see. This one comes with 2 exchangeable heads, both of which are gorgeous. It looks like Marine Kitagawa, in my opinion, pulled straight out of the anime. She has such a beautiful character design, so I'm just like obsessed with her. I love her so much. I can't say that enough. And on that note, we have another resin of Marine Kitagawa. This one I pre-ordered off of Fanatic Anime Store. It is again by Lemon Studio. It's her Succumbus version, so it's her in her like little cosplay, and she just looks so good. Her face just looks amazing, and I'm really hoping that the prototype matches whatever gets produced. I really want more cosplays of her released because it's pretty much been limited to like her school uniform and her Succumbus version. So hopefully more studios will jump on the cosplay bust, and whenever season 2 does get released, which I'm really hoping it does because I can't wait to see more of My Dress Up Darling. It's one of my favorite romance animes and I love it so much. The renders just look so good, so I'm hoping that the production pieces turn out somewhat similar. Next, we have a Spicy statue. This one was pre-ordered on Fanatic Anime Store. It is Dallin Studios 1/4 scale Geto. Geto is such a gorgeous character. All the Jujutsu Kaisen men are so gorgeous. I have Gojo's version from Dalton Studio downstairs to unbox that I can't wait to open. I just haven't opened it yet, and I'm pretty sure they're making like a line line of the Jujutsu Kaisen men. So I'm really hoping they make Sukuna because I love Sukuna so much. But Geto is gorgeous. He's such a gorgeous character. This one comes with 2 exchangeable heads, I believe. One is with him with his gorgeous locks, and then the other one's him putting his hair in a man bun. The thing that really kills me on this resin is the label. I don't know why Gojo's is literally Gojo and then Geto's is what killer? I don't know. It made me laugh, so I pre-ordered this one, and he just looks gorgeous. I love 1/4 scales, so this is perfect. He just looks really good in my opinion in this design. So I can't wait to get more from Dallin Studio. I know that the Gojo turned out fantastic based on the pictures I've seen from other people who have unboxed him. I'm sure Geto's gonna turn out fantastic. We'll see. Next, we have another Jujutsu Kaisen related spicy statue. This is Overhead Studio 1/6 scale Gojo. I fell in love with this piece when I first saw it. His face just looks gorgeous. I love them, like him pulling down his mask. His eyes look fabulous as usual. The one thing I will say is that I was hesitant to pre-order it because the abs were like scary, honestly like nightmare fuel for me. Luckily, Overhead Studio decided to listen to customer feedback, and I've seen some recent production pictures of it and they smoothed out the abs, so now he looks more normal and less scary. I did pre-order this one on Fanatic Anime Store as well. He just looks gorgeous and I can't wait to see what it's gonna look like in real life. I love wine and I love Gojo, so this is perfect. Okay, now next we have another resin pre-ordered from Fanatic Anime Store. This is RD Studios 1/4 scale Yor Forger resin. As I said before, I'm planning on collecting the line of the forgers from RD Studio. I will support them till the day I die, and I think this is the perfect representation of Yor. She looks just so strong and powerful standing on her base. And this being a 1/4 scale though, it's gonna be huge. I don't even know what I'm gonna do. I don't know how I'm gonna display them all together, especially since you can see that the base is already over her head. So I just don't even wanna know how big it's gonna be. This one comes with 2 exchangeable heads as well. However, the only real difference is that one of them has blood splatter on it, but it's fine. I think I'm gonna display her with the blood splatter. It makes her look like an assassin and she just looks so good. The base is also so gorgeous too. It's giving like White House feels, I don't know. But her face just looks so good. She just looks super powerful and strong, which is her character, and I'm just super happy to add this one to my collection eventually when it does release. Now moving on to Q2 2023 resins, we have a resin that I will literally freak out talking about. I ordered this one on Fanatic Anime Store, and this is Vlad Studios 1/4 scale Yami Tsukihiro resin. Oh my god, 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 I can't even talk about it. I love Vlad Collectibles so much. I've been in contact with them and they are the kindest people in the world. They're so nice to me and they're super responsive to their customers. They're always looking for feedback on their resins. So with that, let's take a moment to appreciate this updated face sculpt that they posted. I literally cannot get over it. Vlad Collectibles is also the first studio to release any Black Clover resins, so I'm forever grateful to them for that because I love Black Clover so much. They have like limited merch in general, and this is just perfect. Yami just looks perfect, straight pulled out of the anime. And oh my god, I can't even look at the face sculpt. It just looks so good. I will never get over it. I do have their 1/4 scale Asta already on the way, and please, I literally cannot talk about it. I get so excited because I love Asta so much, and he looks so perfect from the pictures that I've seen that they posted on their Facebook and from customers that have already received it. I needed them both at 1/4 scales because they will be the focal point of my room. They're my favorite characters ever. Yami's just amazing. Asta's just best boy forever. I love him so much. I'm the biggest Black Clover fan, I swear. So yeah, this is the perfect representation of Yami. You have his grimoire coming up that looks fantastic. It lights up, it has LEDs, which I don't normally like turn LEDs on because I'm scared of burning my room down. I love that it doesn't have too much going on in the base. It's very much just focused on Yami and he just looks fantastic. It's exactly what I wanted for Black Clover, so I am forever grateful to Vlad Collectibles for releasing this. They literally killed it like usual. So yeah, we gotta move on because I will talk about this resin for the rest of my life, I swear. Next, we have 2 resins that I'm extremely excited for that are also from YOYO Studio. I pre-ordered this one on Fanatic Anime Store. It is YOYO Studio's 1/6 scale Denji resin. He looks fantastic. This is definitely a representation of like episode 1 of Chainsaw Man where he's like emerging from the zombies. A billion studios have released the same concept of him coming out of the zombies. However, YOYO Studio made theirs look so good that I instantly pre-ordered this one. You see literally saliva coming out of his tongue. It's very detailed and very gorgeous. Just so sick. Really just wanted a 1/6 line of all the characters from Chainsaw Man, so this was perfect. I pre-ordered this one mainly because I know the reputation YOYO Studio has in the business. They're just fantastic, so I know this piece is gonna look amazing in my collection. So yeah, I can't wait to get it. I love Denji so much. On that same note, we have another resin from Chainsaw Man and also from YOYO Studio that I pre-ordered on Fanatic Anime Store. This is YOYO Studio's 1/6 scale Power resin. It is amazing. Like, this is exactly what I want when it comes to resins, like an artistic interpretation that like covers all bases of a character, because in this resin you get Meowie, you get Power looking perfect, and you get her demon version behind her, and then you get a very dynamic base too. I don't even want to know what the shipping cost is going to be for this one, but it's going to be a huge piece and it just looks perfect. It is perfect Power representation in my collection. I love her so much. I literally cannot wait to get this one. It is just a piece of art, actually. That's really all that I can say about it. And then also, when you pre-order both Power and Denji, you get a free human head version of Denji. That's something that I really wanted. I was almost gonna buy like a whole human Denji resin that I'd seen announced from a different studio, just to like satisfy that need of getting like a human version of Denji too. But I was so thankful that YOYO Studio decided to like include that. So perfect. The two of them are going to look so good. I can't wait for YOYO Studio to announce their Makima and Aki, because I need them in my collection too. Super excited for this one. Next, we have a resin that I briefly discussed in my last video. I pre-ordered this one on Fanatic Anime Store as well. It's Egg Studios Ash Ketchum resin. I believe that it is a 1/6 scale and it is perfect. It is literally everything that I wanted when it came to Pokemon. It pretty much encompasses all that is Indigo League. Ash looks amazing. You have Squirtle Squad Squirtle, you have Bulbasaur, you have Charizard, you have Butterfree, you have Krabby, you have Pidgeotto. I just know it's going to look so fabulous in real life. I have their Team Rocket one already in my collection, so I can't wait to have them displayed side by side, because it just makes me think of my childhood so much. And I think this was perfect. It got released pretty much at the time that Ash won the World Championship, so I was so hyped, and I was like, immediate pre-order. I need this one so much. I know Egg Studio is amazing. I own 2 of their pieces already in my collection, so there's really not much to say because I know this is going to turn out fantastic. It's just the perfect Ash resin. Next, we have another resin that I briefly mentioned in my last video. I pre-ordered this one on Fanatic Anime Store again, and this is Dream Studios Retro 1/6 scale Sonic. This is just like classic Sonic. He just looks amazing. Tails looks amazing. Sonic looks amazing. This just makes me think of all the Sonic video games I used to fight with my sister about, because Sonic was pretty much my childhood as well. Like, I literally played any Sonic game that got released, I played it. To have like a classic version that's just a standalone Sonic piece, it's just gonna look so cute and adorable in my collection. Next, we have a resin that I pretty much pre-ordered like a week ago. I got this one off of Fanatic Anime Store. This is SNBR's Mic Eye resin. I saw this one, I saw the price, and I literally was jaw-dropped. It was $105. I'm not sure what scale it is, but $105 for such a gorgeous piece. I wasn't even planning on having a Mic Eye resin in my collection just because they are very expensive. If I get Mic Eye, I need Rock Lee, I need like every other character from Naruto. But there was no way I was gonna pass up on a $100 deal for such a gorgeous piece of art. I love Guy Sensei so much, so literally, what the heck? Like, I literally was in shock when I saw the price. I'm excited to have a Mic Guy piece in my collection. I was never planning on it, but like, this price was way too good to pass up on. Next, we have a resin that I pre-ordered on FavorGK. It is again another Marine Kitagawa resin. This one is the Succumbus version of Marine by JM Studio. This is actually an interesting story because initially when I saw this resin announced, I wasn't super sold on it because it looked kind of like a PVC figure to me. However, when I saw the updated production pieces, I was literally like immediately ran to FavorGK to order it. It looked so much better than what I initially thought it would, and I feel like that is so like rare to happen, where actually the finished product looks better than what the render is, because normally renders have like Photoshop done to them. So I was in absolute shock. Like, I guess I'm just gonna have a bunch of Succumbus Marines in my collection. I don't know. Like I said, I'll order anything Marine Kitagawa related. I love her so much. So I'm super excited for this one because I already know it's going to look amazing from the pictures that I saw. Okay, next I'm going to cover these two together. They're from the comic cover series. I pre-ordered these both on FavorGK. This is Light Team Studios Bond and Lloyd resins. They look so good. I currently already have Anya's version from Light Team Studio, and it turned out so much better than what I thought it was going to be like. So, and I also have yours downstairs to unbox. I still have to unbox it. I know that one's going to be fabulous as well. So of course I needed to finish the line of all of the forgers. I was so surprised to see that Bond was actually announced before Lloyd was. I don't know. It's so funny to me, but yeah. Okay, now next we have a resin that I got from Kaionation. This is OX Studios Gaara resin. I had no idea about this resin until I went on Facebook and saw an announcement of pre-orders closing by Kaionation. I saw it and I was like, oh my goodness gracious. This is an amazing Gaara piece. He just looks amazing. Obviously, it's kind of like a spoiler, I guess, for what's going on in the manga because it hasn't happened yet. Yeah, I hope also to get like a human version of Gaara to have in my collection. But this one is great because there were 2 different versions to choose from on this one. There was like a blue or black version. Both are limited to 99 pieces each. I went with the black version because I think it'll look really good with my Tri-Eagles One Punch Man resin. It's just very clean and simple. Yeah, it's perfect, and I love Garo so much, so I want even more pieces of Garo. Next, we have a resin that I ordered on FavorGK as well. This is FF Studios 1/4 scale Killua bust. I currently already own FF Studios Hisoka bust, so I know what it looks like in real life. The quality is fantastic, but I will say that the resins are scaled a bit smaller than normal 1/4 scales. I don't mind, it makes it easier to display in my collection. I was actually so surprised that they decided to continue the line of Hunter x Hunter characters. I was literally in shock that I saw that Killua got released, so of course I needed it. I love Killua so much, and I'm actually very surprised too because they are announcing that they're releasing a Kurapika resin before they release Gon, which I was so surprised about. But it's an interesting timeline, so I needed it because I know that FF Studio is good because, again, a very dynamic base. Killua's face looks fantastic, and I just can't wait to add it to my collection. Okay, now next I'm going to put all 3 of these together. These are the 1/4 scale Surge Studio busts of Naruto, and Minato. I ordered all 3 of these on FavorGK. It's perfect, simple busts that I can just add in my collection. Their faces look perfect, and just, of course, I can never have too many Naruto pieces in my collection, so I'm super excited to see what these ones are going to turn out like. Okay, now next we have a resin that is the first for 2024. This is my first Prime 1 resin. I'm so excited for it. It is Prisma Wings 1/4 scale Hatsune Miku. I got the deluxe version because I thought it would just look really good displayed in my collection. It's going to be really heavy because I heard that the base is polystone, and I know that's super heavy, so I still have to figure out how I'm going to display it, but I have a whole year to figure it out. Miku just looks amazing. Her face looks so stunning. It's just overall a fantastic piece, and I'm super excited for my first resin from Prime 1. They have a bunch of other resins that I've been interested in, but this was the first that I bit the bullet to pre-order because it is pretty expensive being a licensed resin. And I already have a 1/4 scale Miku V2 version, and then I have her bunny figure on the way too, so I guess I'm just gonna have like a bunch of 1/4 scale Mikus. So yeah, these are all the resins that I currently have on pre-order for 2023 and 2024. All of them I'm so excited to get in person, and I can't wait to unbox all of them with you guys and show you just the process of unboxing a resin. Eventually I'd like to make a video to maybe give advice on pre-ordering resins too, but I really just want to show you guys like the type of resins that I currently have on pre-order, and I can't wait to now unbox some resins that I currently own in my collection. I hope you enjoyed my video today. I am so obsessed with every single piece I have in my pre-order list. Please let me know if you have any questions about any of the resins in my list. I literally love talking about all of them so much. I've been staring at pictures of these resins for months on end, just anticipating their release. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give it a like, subscribe if you'd like to, comment below if you have any questions whatsoever. Thank you so much, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!